I first became aware of the concept of parental gatekeeping when I was a graduate student in developmental psychology at the University of Illinois at Urbana-Champaign in the late 1990s. I came to graduate school with a broad interest in the contributions of family relationships to young children's social-emotional development. Father-child relationships had received far less scholarly attention than mother-child relationships, and the psychological study of co-parenting relationships, that is, relationships between parents with respect to parenting roles and responsibilities, had just started taking off. I became fascinated by the growing literature on father involvement, and especially the reasons why some fathers were embracing new nurturing roles in families in which they were directly involved in the parenting of children, whereas other fathers primarily served provider roles, and others were not involved with their children at all. When I was planning my PhD dissertation research, my advisor, Sarah Mangelsdorf, pointed me to the concept of maternal gatekeeping via the work of Ashley Beitel, 1989, an Illinois psychology PhD graduate who had worked with Ross Park, and Sarah's former student, Alyssa Bayer, 1992, who graduated with her PhD from the University of Michigan's psychology department. When I embarked on my own dissertation research in 2001, a longitudinal examination of the development of co-parenting relationships across the transition to parenthood, I included a measure of maternal gatekeeping in the battery of questionnaires these Central Illinois new mothers and fathers generously completed for me. With Bayer's dissertation as a guide, I also included some novel observational assessments of maternal gatekeeping behavior, which asked parents to change their infants' clothes together while being video recorded. I was equally surprised and heartened that so many new parents agreed to take the time to participate in my study and risk embarrassment on video at this vulnerable stage of their lives. My research relies on parents' and families' willingness to share their experiences with me, but more rarely have I reciprocated and shared my own formative experiences publicly. Not unlike many other scholars, my research interests stem from the intersection of personal and educational experiences. I trace my interest in gender and families first, to a Sociology of Sex Roles course I took as an undergraduate student at Northwestern University in 1993. We were assigned Arlie Hochschild's now classic book, The Second Shift. Reading this book was an enlightening experience. I felt like so much of my mother's life, my parents' relationship, and my strong desire to take a different personal path suddenly made sense.